Hello, today we are going to design the image you're seeing here. This is also a bottle design, slightly different from the design we did earlier. So this is the reference image for today's design. So yeah, I'll proceed. So okay, again, not to make an exact replica of the product that we are seeing, I'll take mostly more or less rectangular design. You can see here, it is slightly elliptical shape. Okay, but we will go for a mostly rectangular shape, slightly rounded rectangular shape. Okay, and there will be a groove here and handle for the grip. Okay, so I'll start. We'll take the front plane. Okay, now steps for designing this. I will need now. Okay, different designers will have different steps, but for me, especially, I use multiple sketches to get the shape of the body. So basically, I have the base and then the top. So minimum of two sketches I can get the body done. So two sketches and two guide curves. Now what is guide curves? Guide curves decides the curvature of the product or the design, whatever you need. So you can see here and here slightly different shapes are there. So I'll be using again two guide curves. So total four sketches I'll be using for this. Of course, you can use more than that. The more sections you use, the more accurate or more detailed you will get the product. So yes, that is there. But for me, I'll just draw a simple design for you so that it does not take that much time also. Just to show you the process. Okay, so now I'll go for the base. For the base, I'll take again a rectangle. Okay, done. Now apply some fillet here and here, here and here. I'll keep mostly similar shape on the front and back, both sides, left and right. So here I've given some fillet around 10 mm. Total distance I'm taking maybe around 80 mm. Okay, now this is the base. Exit. Now what I need to do is I need to create the curves, guide curves, one here and one here. Okay, so I'll go for again sketch from the side, and I need to create the guide curves now. Now referring the image, you can see here, this is mostly a single arc shape, but here you can see a curvature is there at the top. So this way it is going. It is mostly straight here and then again a bigger curvature here. So now for the timing I am taking the left part now. Okay. So I'll go for an arc basically this way, like this. Done. So I'll give a height now around 130 suppose, and let's make this slightly curve. Okay. Done. Now this is for the left portion. Okay. Now I need to create for the right. For the right, basically I need one arc here up till here, one curvature. Till here one curvature is there. This way. Okay, it is mostly straight, but I have given slight curvature there. Here a larger curvature is there, and then it is joining here like this. Okay, fine. Now let's consider this top cutout. This inclined portion is not there. Okay, to simplify the design, this inclined portion is absent now. Okay, so in the absence, this curvature will go somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here it will lie. You can see somewhere here. This curvature will end somewhere here. Suppose. Okay. So taking that as assumption, what I will do, I'll create one straight, more or less straight face here, then one more curvature like this, and I'll give some fillet between these two. Yeah, done. Okay, now what I need to do is take a straight line and just to make sure both are in the same height. Yeah, done. So I have got my curvature on both sides. Okay, now what to do is yeah. Okay, done. So more or less I've got the shape now. Okay, done. Now I can see I have a base sketch and two guide curves. Now I need my final sketch here. So what I'll do, I'll take a plane because planes are required for sketching. I need a flat surface here. Hide the planes. So my points are these two, this and this as reference. And my shape should be okay. I will take a elliptical shape. You can see here slightly elliptical is there. I'll take a elliptical shape here itself like this, and I need to give coincidence with these two and coincidence between these two. Okay, more or less I have got my shape now. Now going for creating the surface. Okay, so for creating the surface I need to join this with this, and guide curve should be one here and one here. Okay, so you can see I have got the more or less the main body shape. Okay, so this will be my main body. Okay, but you can see here there is a slight inclination cut here. Okay, it is not fully joining at the top. There is a height difference here on the left and on the right. Okay, so to get that height difference, what I will do, I need to make a cut now. So I'll take a arc here because there is a inclination there, a smooth inclination is there. Here you can see. Okay, so same way I have done, but I'll take this point exactly on the edge like this. Okay, and this point I'll take slightly down. Done. Okay, so this will be my surface, and for this I'm using surface design. I did not use part design. Part design mostly we can use wherever the shape or configuration of the product is simpler or straight. When we have curvature involved in our products, we can go for we should go for surface design. Surface design is slightly advanced compared to part design because in here objects don't combine with each other automatically. You have to knit. Knit means you have to manually combine. You have to trim unwanted areas to get your desired shape. Okay, so basically what I did is I just removed the top portion. Now I need this portion. So now I will just remove this part, extra part. Done. So basically I've got my shape now. Okay, so now at the bottom you can see it is still open, so I need to fill this bottom. Okay, now I've got my shape more or less. You can see done. So I need to join now. You can see in surface what happens, as I told before, objects don't combine with each other automatically. You need to join surfaces, then only it becomes a single object. Okay, so you can see here if I select here, it is selecting separately. Okay, so we have three components here: top, middle and the bottom. So what I will do, I will join all of them to make it a single surface or a single body. Okay, Now once I have done, I'll just finish the bottom part. Okay, we will give fillet and all at the end. Here there is a smooth rounded fillet, means again a rounded surface. You can see rounded edge. These rounded edges we will give at the end, but for now we will leave it as it is. For the time being, we will go for this. You can see the groove is there. There is a grooved design here, cut out, that we will create right now. Okay, so for that I need to bring the planes back, and then what I need to do is create one more plane as reference. Okay, and those creating planes and all also are important while designing anything in parametric or in, mechanical field or any kind of product design. If you know how to create planes at proper angles, you can get the design done very smoothly and properly. Okay, so I have created some shape this way. Okay, this also I'm drawing freehand, so yes, some slight differences might be there with the design we are taking as reference and in the current design that we have in front of us. Okay, so somewhat like this. Oh, okay, okay, I think it is okay, more or less. I'll take this point slightly down. Yeah, it should be okay. So this is our shape for the groove. Okay. Now this shape we will be using to create the groove. Okay. So okay, now what I will do is to simplify the design, I'll just cut the body in half. Okay, because now my working is only on this face of the body, so that face might create some errors or disturbance in your design. So I just remove the other half. Okay, and totally yes, different designers might have different approaches, so this is the usual approach I go for. Okay, and other 2 to 3 approaches are there which are slightly complex, which that's why I am not showing right now. Okay, so now I have got a shape on the surface, you can see here. Okay, so now what I need to do is get the shapes that will give me this curvature cutout. So mostly you can see it is a circular or elliptical cutout, and here you can see it is not circular much, it is mostly elliptical, but on the top it is slightly circular, and here it is also slightly elliptical. Okay, so we will use one circle here, one ellipse here, and one ellipse here to get this groove. Okay, so done. So now what I need to do is I need to go for one circle here like this. Now I need to create a plane. Somewhere in the middle I have created. Okay, and again this is an approximation only, I have taken according to a scale. Done. So now I have drawn a elliptical shape here. Done. Okay, so one more I need. So 2 sketches are done, one sketch here, one sketch here, and one more I need to create somewhere here. Basically like this. Okay, so now I need to go for a surface that joins all these 3 surfaces together. Okay, so you can see here I got a surface that is joining all the three guide curves together. So this is what we are going to use to remove material or remove the surface or shape to get the shape that we need, that you are seeing here. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll just hide the planes to make it easy for you to see the product. You can see here. Okay, so now what I'll do is, okay, now you can see I've got the shape, but what I need is I need to remove this outer portion. I need a groove there, not an emboss. Emboss means a protrusion. I need a cutout, that is a groove there, like a cutout. Okay, so trim, I can go for removing the outer part. Okay, you can see I have removed, but see, and now I have got the inner portion, but I don't need this part. This surface I do not need. Okay, this is the surface I need to remove. So what I can do is again go for trim and remove this one. Done. Okay, so basically I've got a shape here. Okay, now you can see the grip area is very large now here. Okay, so what we can do is either I can move the sketch slightly towards the right, or we need to create a groove here and create a separate handle here. Okay, so okay, I'll try to move the sketch towards the right and see if it is possible to get the curvature still. Okay, somewhat we got, but still okay, there is a gap here. Okay, I'll try to modify more. I think it is okay right now. Okay, but still I'll try to modify this more this way, this way. Okay, so now it's fine. Now I think we have got a good space there. Okay, fine. So okay, now see, I can still move the design here, but okay, we will create a slightly different design. We will create the grip somewhere away from the groove. Okay, we will keep the groove far away, so that is better, like this. Yeah, and we will create a separate grip here. Okay, so for that what I will do, okay, so basically I've got the surface here. Go for net, select bottom, select. So mostly I've got my shape. Okay, so I can give, so okay, now we will give a fillet here. Fillet is also according to how much curvature you want to give there. So I'll give around 2.5 or 3 maybe. Okay, now 2.6. Done. So I've got a fillet area here. Now okay, see, now the design here, they have given a grip area on the inner side. Okay, I'll try to give the grip more towards the right hand side. Okay, and we will keep the grip and this groove separate in our design. Okay, take a sketch this way. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll remove some surface here like this. Okay, and what I need to do is I'll hide the planes to make it simpler. Okay, planes will complicate. Okay, extrude, go for OK, and trim tool, remove surface. Okay, now I think it should work. Okay, previously what the error was, I was using a sketch to trim that, and the sketch was going beyond the edge. That was creating issue while trimming. So what I did now was, instead of sketch, I did a extrude of the surface. Okay, if you extrude the surface, the edges are properly interconnected, so when I go for trim, it should properly work. So now we can see I have got the proper shape. Okay, so now we will add a separate handle here. Okay, we will add a separate handle here. Okay, that we can do after we join these two. Okay, so done. So now, okay, the bottom also needs fillet. It's also 2.6 I have given. You can give lesser if you want. And okay, here also we will give fillet now itself. No issue here. To done. So more or less you have got the shape. Now I need to give a handle here separately. Okay, so what I will do is, okay, handle we can add, keep as a separate element. I'll create the entire design first. Means the main body first, then I'll go for the handle. Okay, so what I have got now is, we have got the entire shape. Now only one half of the body is there. I need to get the other half, so I'll just go for creating the other half. Done. Okay. Okay, now you can see I have got the more or less shape. Now at the top you can see there is an opening mouth. Mouth is there. So for that I will take one more reference plane with an offset somewhere around 25. No, too large. 15. No, 10. No, maybe 8. No, okay. At a distance of 8 I have taken approximately. You can create according to your own requirement. And I'll give a small opening here for the mouth, like this. Okay, so again, done. So now up to the surface, reverse, done. Okay, so this is also larger. What I will do is I'll modify the plane distance slightly down. Yeah, should be okay. Now hide the planes. I'll hide the planes. Okay, now you can see I've got the entire body. Okay, now this is smaller. I'll just make it larger. This fillet also is larger. I'll try to edit that also. So 1.25. Okay, so okay, now you have got the shape. Now I can enlarge this shape slightly more. Done. So now what I need to do is create opening here. Still you can see there is a face closing. So now you can see I have got the shape. So now joining both together, and then go for a small fillet here. That is middle one here. Done. So I've got the shape. Now I will change this to solid So you can see it is a surface. Now how to differentiate a solid and a surface? If I go for section view, you can see there is no thickness here. Okay. If you see, there is no thickness here. It is like a sheet of paper. Okay. Now sheet and sheet metal are two different things. Here sheet of paper means there is no thickness here currently. Okay. So like that I'm comparing. So 0 mm, almost 0 it is. There is no thickness. So we need to convert this into solid. Okay. So that will be a thickness. Solids have a thickness. So now what I can go for is giving a thickness inside of again 0. And done. So you can see we have got our thickness. Okay, so now this is a solid part. Okay, so if I go for section view, you can see inside it is a solid. You can see here there is a thickness now. Previously there was no thickness. Now I have given a thickness there. Okay, the thickness is also slightly large. I will try to reduce this. Almost 0.4 I have given. I will reduce this slightly because plastics don't have that much thickness usually, unless it is heavy duty plastic. Okay, so done. Now I'll go for fillet just for the top, and here also I'm not doing any threading or anything, just a normal fillet 0.25 0.12. Done. So my main body is done. I need to add a handle here. So what I'll do is go for plane, select sketch, and I'll create a arc here to here like this. An objective is to keep the handle inside the body. That means if I create the path slightly this way, the handle will go out. So I want to keep the handle inside the body, so it means inside this curvature. So I'll keep the arc somewhere like this. Done. So now if I go for handle like this, okay, this is too small, 8 maybe, 7, okay. Done. So our handle is also ready. I'll hide the planes. Okay. Now I'll just apply some fillet here, maybe 5, too much, 2.5. It's also okay. That is also not a wrong design or something. It's also fine. Depends on your requirement or what kind of fillet you, how much curvature you want there. I'm giving around maybe 4 mm. Yeah. So we have got our design done. So okay, you can see. So this is the design we made. Okay, this was the reference. Okay, this was the reference. I created my own design there. So I hope you got the process. Okay, I have fixed nearly all the errors that were happening. All edges are smooth. You can see at the front also we were getting clash between two surfaces. That also I have fixed. Now it is fully smooth surface. So yes, so this will be our design. This was our reference. We created our cap. I have not created cap. You can try your own. That is just a simple extrude. So yeah. So yes, hope you saw the design, got to know something new. I'll come up with a different design in the next video. Maybe a different product. Now till now we have done at least I think 2 bottle designs, vessel designs, container. Next we'll go for some other consumer product. I'll be bringing it soon. So yeah, thank you. I'll see you on the next video.